Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to the segment of Coach Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. Our recitation for the day. Gauri Mahalla Panjama Karn Bina Jaise Thothar Tukha Naam Bihoon Sune Se Mukha Har Har Naam Japo Nit Prani Naam Bihoon Trig Deh Begani Rahao नाम बिना नाही मुख पाग परत बिहून कहाँ सुहाग नाम बिसारे लग गए अनसुआए ताकि आस न पुज्जे काए करि कृपा प्रभ अपनी दात नानक नाम जपै दिन रात कर कृपा प्रभ अपनी दात नानक नाम जपै दिन रात. This passage speaks about the fullness of life, abundance, which is not possible without self-realization. Naam bina nahi mukh paag, parat bihoon kahan suhag. It is like consummation or fulfillment is impossible without the spouse. And here the spouse symbolically is ourself. Mukhpag literally means blessed mouth, or face for that matter, or a full mouth or a full face. The mouth and the face symbolize an individual's persona. So therefore the expression mukhpag, pag is fullness, means abundance. So it's speaking about the fullness of life. So in this context, we have to be sure that it is not material abundance that is being talked about, but the realization of a dimension of the mind where everything is added unto it, or its absence is not felt. That is the state or dimension of santokh, contentment. That's what's being spoken about in this passage. And that's why in the Rahau Pankti, the Guru says, Har Har Naam Japo Nit Prani Naam Bihoon Trig Deh Begani. So without self-knowledge, Trig Deh Begani, you remain self-alienated. And he is saying, shame on you. Trig is a lanat, shame on you, fire upon you for being without self-knowledge because you have alienated your spouse, so to speak. And that's why the solution is Har Har Naam Japo Nit. Every moment, every day, recite, reflect, internalize, absorb Naam. Hear Gurbani. Practice Gurbani. Become Gurbani. Gurbani bano. Because otherwise you are like the empty husk of a grain. You're like being without the kernel. Karn Bina Jaise Thothar Tukha. Without the kernel, the empty husk is useless. Thotha. It's of no use. It's empty. Likewise, without Naam Gurbani, because the emphasis here is on mukha, the mouth, we've chosen to use Naam here as Gurbani because we are meant to recite Gurbani with our mouths. The Guru returns to Japo and Mukh and Rasna over and over again because that is the starting point of this practice of devotion. This is a devotional spiritual practice in Sikhi. The recitation of Gurbani, reflection on Gurbani, and then internalizing Gurbani. This is what we are expected to do as Sikhs. Naam bisar lagge answai. Answai means other tastes, other paths, things that are foreign to the self. Attaching yourself to other pleasures is simply not going to satiate your desires. Taki aas na pujje kai. Aas, expectation. Na pujje will not be fulfilled. Pujje is to reach fruition, because you will constantly be caught in this cycle of fulfillment and desire, so it never ceases. Once you fulfill a desire, then the need to fulfill it again arises, you see, and therefore you get trapped in that cycle. Now, this is not to suggest that we are not meant to enjoy life. What it means is, don't get trapped in that attachment to that cycle. That's what it's trying to say. And so Guru Arjan, as Guru Nanak speaks, Kari Kirpa Prab Apani Daat. This is the petition, this is the prayer. Have compassion on me. Or when the Prab self was compassionate, it bestowed on me its wisdom. Apani Daat. There's only one Daat that can come from the Prab or the Har, and that is Naam, wisdom, good wisdom, which connects you to yourself. Actually, the two are quite the same. And then what happens? Nanak naam japay din raat. Naam japay din raat. So, the use of the word naam in this passage varies from line to line, because now it's saying naam japay din raat. So you know then that it is obviously impossible to be in a state where you're reciting something day and night. It's just physically impossible. But when Nanak says, I live that wisdom night and day, you begin to get the sense of what japa here means. It means that because of the practice of recitation, because of the practice of reflection and internalization, I now begin to live guided by this wisdom. That's what Nanak is saying. Nanak naam japay din raat. It's become part of my nature. Sarup subha, sahaj subha, and it happens with natural ease. On that note, until the next time, Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.